Imagine 50 furious elites in crisp linen, trapped like rats on a floating palace of greed. Their $400 dinners turning to dust as a single locked gate unleashes total mayhem. News crews swarm, capturing every shriek, while a bitter old man sips coffee from his porch, watching the empire crumble. This isn't just a property spat, it's a savage takedown of HOA hubris that left one Karen handcuffed and a community reborn. My name's Harlan Whitaker, 62. A former civil engineer who'd traded blueprints for birdwatching in our sleepy Arizona suburb. Folks whispered I was the neighborhood recluse, spreading rumors that I'd gone soft after my wife's passing, easy target for the HOA vultures. But I watched, silent and sharp, as Brenda Hargrove waddled into power like a self-appointed sheriff. Brenda, the HOA president, was a plump paragon of politeness, always cooing about community standards in her newsletters, her voice like syrup over steel. "We're enhancing our shared spaces for everyone's benefit," she'd say at meetings, batting lashes over her bifocals. But her enhancements meant fining folks for unapproved flower pots or banning kids' lemonade stands as unsightly commerce. She seized the board on promises of progress, code for turning our quiet cul-de-sac into her personal fiefdom. Her first edict? Privatizing the community pond, our 50-year-old oasis where generations splashed and fished, deeded free to residents by my grandpa in '68. "It's about safety and aesthetics," she purred, installing no trespassing signs that screamed control freak. The trouble ignited when Brenda unveiled her grand scheme. Hargrove's Lakeside Lounge, a tacky floating bar on pontoons, hawking $30 cocktails to out-of-towners. "This will boost property values," she beamed at the HOA assembly, projecting glossy renders on a wobbly screen. I stood up, deed in hand. "That pond's public access forever, my family's legacy." She cut me off with a pitying smile. "Harlan, dear, progress demands sacrifice." "The board approves." Whispers rippled. "He's just jealous." The old grump. They painted me as the villain, emailing neighbors about my obstructive behavior. I bit my tongue, but dug into records like a mole on steroids. Tensions boiled as construction churned the pond murky, cranes whining at dawn while Brenda's goons patrolled in golf carts. She slapped $20 entry fees, turning away locals like old Mr. Ruiz, whose grandson wept at the locked dock. "Rules are rules," she sniffed when he pleaded. "Pay up or stay out." Rumors flew. I was sabotaging with anonymous tips. Brenda stormed my porch, finger wagging. "I know you're stirring trouble, you spiteful relic. This lounge will make us elite." I sipped tea calmly, just concerned about permits. Brenda wouldn't want violations tainting our standards. Her face flushed purple, but she spun it as my harassment in the next bulletin, fining me $300 for disrupting harmony. Neighbors nodded along, fearing her wrath, while she hired surveyors to adjust boundaries, their boots trampling my grandpa's markers. "Adverse possession," she crowed. "The HOA maintains it now." But Brenda's castle cracked when I unearthed her dirt, skipped environmental permits, plus a $250,000 loan using HOA funds, our playgrounds and clubhouse, as collateral. No vote needed. For the greater good, her emails lied. She was fleeing a bankrupt spa business back in Vegas, debts piling like her excuses. I plotted quietly, installing a beast of a gate at the pond's sole access, my private strip, per the deed. Riparian rights, I chuckled to my surveyor pal. As her Labor Day gala loomed, I flipped the switch. Chaos erupted at dusk. Luxury SUVs honked. Guests in silks pounded the steel barrier. Brenda screeching into her phone. "Harlan, this is sabotage," she howled, kicking the gate in her sensible loafers. Face a mask of sweaty fury as cameras rolled. "Open it now, or face lawsuits." I waved from afar. Evening. Brenda. Private property, your words. Right. Her elite crowd melted down. Reservations worthless. While locals gathered, murmuring truths I'd leaked. Staff quit mid-shift, waving bounce checks. Scenic views don't pay bills, one quipped. The courtroom climax was poetic. Judge Ramirez eyed the deed. Surveys. And loan fraud. Dismissed, he barked. Mrs. Hargrove. Progress doesn't mean theft. Handcuffs snapped as deputies let her out. Newshounds feasting on her downfall. 18 months for embezzlement. Hubby bolting with the assets. The gate vanished next dawn. Pawned free again. We axed the HOA, dedicating it to my late wife. Now, kids splash without fees. And I sip coffee on the dock. Peace restored. Was locking that gate justice served cold? Or overkill against a control queen? Drop your HOA horror in comments. Would you gate crash a bully's dreams to save your slice of home?